The year 1888, London. A city shrouded in fog and fear, a killer stalked the streets. His name? Jack the Ripper. His victims, women, his motive? A mystery for the ages. The Ripper's reign of terror was short but brutal. He left behind a trail of mutilated bodies. The city held its breath. Who was this monster? The police searched, the newspapers speculated, yet Jack the Ripper vanished into the fog, leaving behind only questions. Whitechapel, a poor district in London's East End, it became the hunting ground for Jack the Ripper. His victims were women, often living in poverty. They were mothers, daughters, sisters. Jack the Ripper took their lives brutally, leaving their bodies disfigured. The first victim, Mary Ann Nichols, was discovered on August 31st, 1888. Her throat was slit, her abdomen was mutilated. The city was shocked, but the horror was just beginning. More victims followed. Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes. Each murder was more gruesome than the last. The police were desperate. They followed every lead, but Jack the Ripper always seemed to be one step ahead. The Ripper's brutality shocked even the most hardened police officers. The precision of the mutilations suggested a knowledge of anatomy. Was he a doctor, a surgeon? The speculation fueled the public's fear. Amidst the terror and confusion, rumors began to swirl. Whispers of a cover-up. Could it be that the identity of Jack the Ripper was being protected? But why? Who could wield such power? One theory points to an unlikely suspect, a member of the royal family. The theory suggests that Prince Albert Victor, the Duke of Clarence and grandson of Queen Victoria, was involved in the murders. The Duke of Clarence, known as Eddie to his family, was rumored to have lived a dissolute life. He frequented the seedy underbelly of London, the same areas where the Ripper's victims were found. Some believe he may have contracted syphilis, leading to mental instability and violent outbursts. The theory claims that the royal family, desperate to avoid scandal, covered up Eddie's crimes. They used their influence to steer the police investigation away from the prince. Witnesses were silenced, evidence was suppressed, and Jack the Ripper, a prince of the realm, was free to kill again. Prince Albert Victor was an enigma. Second in line to the throne, he was expected to become king, yet he was plagued by rumors of illness, scandal, and even madness. Some historians believe that Eddie suffered from learning disabilities. Others point to his alleged homosexuality at a time when it was illegal and considered a moral failing. His frequent visits to Whitechapel, it is said, were not just for pleasure, but to meet with male prostitutes. The Duke of Clarence was also linked to Annie Crook, a shop assistant whom he allegedly secretly married. The royal family, determined to protect the line of succession, is said to have had the marriage annulled and Crook committed to an asylum. These scandals, if exposed, would have been devastating to the monarchy. The theory suggests that when Eddie's alleged involvement in the Ripper murders came to light, the royal family took drastic measures to protect their own. The theory claims that the royal family, with the help of their powerful allies, orchestrated a massive cover-up. The police, under pressure from above, were forced to abandon any leads that pointed to the Duke of Clarence. Witnesses who could identify Eddie as the Ripper were silenced. Some were paid off, others were intimidated into keeping quiet. Still, others disappeared, their fates unknown. The most damning evidence, the theory goes, was suppressed. Medical records detailing Eddie's alleged syphilis and mental deterioration were hidden away. Letters written by the Ripper, some believe, were intercepted and destroyed. With the truth buried, the royal family needed a way to neutralize the threat posed by the Duke of Clarence. Their solution: declare him insane and confine him to an asylum. In 1889, a year after the last Ripper murder, Eddie was declared insane and committed to a private asylum. The official cause of his illness was influenza, but many believe it was a convenient cover story. Inside the asylum walls, Eddie was a prisoner in all but name. He was kept isolated from other patients and denied visitors. His every move was monitored by doctors and attendants loyal to the crown. The theory suggests that Eddie spent the rest of his days in this gilded cage, haunted by the horrors he had inflicted. The prince who was once in line for the throne died in 1892 at the age of 28. His death, officially attributed to pneumonia, was convenient for the royal family. It silenced the rumors, buried the scandal, and allowed them to maintain their grip on power. The Jack the Ripper murders sent shockwaves through Victorian England. The brutal nature of the crimes, coupled with the mystery surrounding the killer's identity, captivated the nation and the world. The case became a macabre spectacle, with newspapers publishing sensationalized accounts of the murders and the police investigation. The Ripper's reign of terror left an indelible mark on the East End of London. The Whitechapel murders exposed the poverty, crime, and social ills that plagued the area. The public outcry over the Ripper's crimes spurred social reforms and improvements in law enforcement. Despite the passage of time, Jack the Ripper remains an enigma. The unsolved case continues to fascinate, horrify, and inspire countless books, films, and documentaries. Theories about his identity abound, ranging from the plausible to the outlandish. But the theory that linked Jack the Ripper to the royal family continues to hold a particular fascination. It is a tale of power, corruption, and the lengths to which the powerful will go to protect their own. Section 8. Unanswered questions, doubts, and inconsistencies. While the theory of a royal cover-up is intriguing, it is not without its flaws. Critics point to a lack of concrete evidence linking the Duke of Clarence to the murders. They argue that the theory relies heavily on speculation, rumor, and circumstantial evidence. Historians have challenged the claims of Eddie's alleged syphilis and mental instability. They argue that there is no credible medical evidence to support these claims. They also point out that Eddie was often in the company of others during the times of the murders, making it unlikely that he could have committed the crimes undetected. Furthermore, critics argue that the theory relies on a simplistic view of the royal family and their power. They argue that it is highly implausible that the royal family could have orchestrated such a vast cover-up without leaving a trace of evidence. Despite these criticisms, the theory of a royal cover-up persists. It speaks to a deep-seated fascination with the dark side of power and the belief that those in authority are capable of anything to protect their own. Section 9. The weight of speculation impact on the royal family. The theory of a royal cover-up, whether true or not, has cast a long shadow over the legacy of the British monarchy. It has fueled speculation and conspiracy theories, tarnishing the reputation of one of the world's most enduring institutions. The Duke of Clarence, once a relatively obscure figure in British history, has become synonymous with the Jack the Ripper case. His name is forever linked to the infamous killer, regardless of whether or not he was actually involved. The royal family has never officially commented on the theory. They have maintained a dignified silence, refusing to be drawn into the speculation and rumor. However, the theory persists in the public imagination, a testament to the enduring power of a good story, even if it is based on shaky ground. The impact of the theory extends beyond the royal family. It has fueled a cottage industry of books, documentaries, and walking tours, all capitalizing on the public's fascination with the case. Section 10. The enduring mystery, Jack the Ripper's grip on history. The identity of Jack the Ripper remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Despite over a century of investigation, his true identity continues to elude us. The lack of a definitive answer has only served to fuel speculation and keep the case alive in the public imagination. The enduring fascination with Jack the Ripper can be attributed to several factors. The gruesome nature of the crimes, the mystery surrounding the killer's identity, and the social and historical context of Victorian England all contribute to the case's enduring appeal. The Ripper's victims, mostly poor and marginalized women, have become symbolic representations of the vulnerability of women in Victorian society. Their stories continue to resonate today, highlighting the ongoing struggles for equality and justice. The Jack the Ripper case is a reminder that even in the most civilized societies, darkness can lurk beneath the surface. It is a stark reminder of the power of the unknown and the human capacity for both good and evil. Section 11. Conclusion: A killer's shadow, a nation's fascination. Jack the Ripper's reign of terror may have been brief, but its impact on London and the world has been profound and lasting. The unsolved case continues to captivate, horrify, and inspire. The theory of a royal cover-up adds another layer of intrigue to the already compelling mystery. While it remains unproven, it highlights the public's enduring fascination with the dark side of power. and the belief that those in authority are capable of anything to protect their own. Whether Jack the Ripper was a prince, a doctor, or someone else entirely, his crimes left an indelible mark on history. He became a symbol of the dark underbelly of Victorian society, a reminder that even in the most civilized societies, evil can lurk in the shadows. The case of Jack the Ripper serves as a reminder that some mysteries may never be solved, but the search for answers, the desire to understand the darkness that can reside within the human heart, will continue to fascinate and haunt us for generations to come.